Happy Wednesday, everybody. Your Iowa Hawkeyes continue to make bold moves heading into the Cyhawk series, and now we are only 3 days away from the 15th ranked Iowa State Cyclones taking on your Iowa Hawkeyes. My name is Landon Rank. If you're new to our channel, make sure to like and subscribe to Landon Talks About the Hawks. We're a growing channel. We appreciate everybody. Our video from 2 days ago has almost already got 1,000 views, which is absolutely amazing. So if you like daily Iowa Hawkeyes content, like and sub. Let's get right into it today. We're going to break down some interviews from a couple players. We're going to go over the Iowa State Cyclones from their perspective, watch some highlights from Rocco Beck, and not just that, we're going to watch my fourth favorite play over the last 7 years from the Cyhawk series. Let's get into it.
Touchdown! Down the sideline. Goodbye. Touchdown, Iowa. For the end zone. But he will win. Touchdown, Iowa.
Fans or family members might not have expected Xavier Williams to be the breakout talent that everybody was talking about. So did you have a lot of text messages and people talking to you after the game?
Yeah, I definitely did. A lot of friends and family from back home reaching out, and it's all love, and I really appreciate it. But I have a really good support system, so it was really exciting to see.
What if your teammates told you about going on the road to Iowa State and what that environment will be like?
It'll be a hostile environment, which I kind of anticipated. So really just stay ready, stay together as a group, and I think we should be good.
Did you travel last year? Were you on the travel roster?
No, I traveled for the bowl game, but
Okay.
that was the only game though.
Okay, so this will be your first
First time.
away. Okay.
Yeah, first time in outside of Iowa City for real.
Have you heard much about what this rivalry is like? Obviously, you got to experience it here last year, but have you? I know you're from Indiana, so are you familiar with how intense this rivalry can get?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have a good idea. I don't have as much experience being not from Iowa, but I have a pretty good idea, and it's everyone here takes it super seriously, so as will I. So it'll be.
Nice to hear there a bit from Xavier Williams, the new Hawkeye running back. He is a guy that I truly think can be a breakout candidate this week against Iowa State. And you hear him say he didn't know much about the Cyhawk rivalry going into this week. You know, he was a part of that game last year, which I believe last year's game was a terrible representation of what the Iowa Cyhawk series means, because this Iowa Cyhawk series is about the Hawkeyes winning in close games. And last year, they just couldn't get that done. And so to see Xavier Williams kind of understand, this is what the Iowa Hawkeye pride means. You're going into Ames, you're the underdog. We're going to go over the stat line in a second for how much Iowa State's favored by, also previewing the Iowa State Cyclones. But now let's hear a little bit from Zach Lutmer, one of the Iowa defensive backs, about how he's preparing to handle Rocco Beck. Let's hear it.
Obviously, the first series tried to set the tone for the rest of the game. I think we had a good first series. I think it might have been a 3 and out. Yeah, you just try to set the tone like that every week.
Sure. First game, really playing cash that much. Feels like a really fun position, whether you're a safety or a DB moving in there. Just how did you think you did in your first day out there?
Yeah, I think there's obviously mistakes that are correctable every single game for every single person. I think we played great as a defense. There's a lot of things to improve on. We're just trying to work to improve every single week, and I think we can make a big stride coming into the second week.
You got 8 quarters of film on Iowa State compared to the 4 they have on you. How much does that help in prep? Coming off a night game, going there for an 11 a.m. kick, just those few hours less that you have to prep this week. You've got more tape to look at. How much does that help so far?
I think it helps a lot, especially they played Kansas State the first week, and that was a tough battle. They had to show some things on film, maybe that they want to run versus us. Obviously, we've played them for however many years now, so we got all that tape to watch, and that could be very valuable for us as well.
Nice to hear a little bit there from Zach Lutmer, one of the Iowa defensive backs. He's going against a very, very, very good Iowa State wide receiver core. Obviously, they lost Jalen Knoll and Higgins, but I think this is still a very good Iowa State team. They have good tight ends, and you hear him talk about, hey, we got 8 quarters to film versus 4 quarters that they only got on us, and that's something that I think is really, really, really important, is that the Iowa defense rushes Iowa State. They blitz, and I think that's so dearly important for the Hawkeyes to grab this win. So great to hear from the defensive player. Let's go over some quick film about Rocco Beck against the Iowa Hawkeyes in the past. We're going to go over some things that the Hawkeyes have done well against him. Let's check it out here before we finish off our video by previewing the Cyhawk game stat lines.
Wonder if they might look to change up.
High snap there. Beck's in trouble. He's going down at the 20.
Just swarmed under. Ball carried and just bounced it out one bit farther. 3rd and 4. Into traffic and intercepted. At the 18-yard line, it is Jay Higgins coming the other way for the defense. Back, down the middle, a little bit high and complete. Yeah, they're going to get rushed.
Oh, this is intercepted, and it's going to the house. Sebastian Castro.
Well, as you guys can see, Rocco Beck versus the Iowa Hawkeyes is a disastrous matchup. 4 plays right there looking back at that 23 game, which give Rocco Beck some credit. He was a freshman, but in his sophomore campaign, he started that first half really bad against Iowa in Kinnick Stadium, throwing a pick, getting sacked. You saw Jay Higgins and that Iowa defense bring the pressure, but you see just how Rocco Beck has struggled in the past against the Iowa Hawkeyes when the Iowa Hawkeyes are playing that zone defense. When they got Sebastian Castro out waiting in the backfield, that is exactly what you want to see out of the Iowa Hawkeyes this week, and I think we're going to see a ton of that this weekend versus the Cyclones. That was some really great film. Now let's go to the money and stat lines for the Iowa Hawkeyes and Iowa State game. Let's go Hawks. Alrighty, so we're looking at these money stat lines. Iowa State a 3.5 point favorite against the Hawkeyes, and looking at it, this is a very close game. I believe this ESPN matchup predictor is wrong. Iowa does not have a 34.6% chance. These 16th ranked Cyclones that are 2-0, I truly believe that this game is a lot closer than we see, and we see how good Rocco Beck's already been this season. But looking at it, the Hawkeyes already have more rushing yards with Xavier Williams in one game versus the Cyclones in 2 singular games. That's amazing to see out of the Iowa Hawkeyes, that they can play that well in a game together combined. Looking at the receiving yards, looking at the sacks for the season leaders, and looking at the tackles, you love to see this out of the Iowa Hawkeyes. And in the last 5 games, the Hawkeyes haven't been doing the best, but they have still been locked in. And when you look at this game and we preview this game up, this is going to be a good game. Iowa State, 421 yards overall. The Iowa State defense, 296. Iowa's offense, 358 yards. Iowa's defense, 177 yards per game. So I definitely disagree with this. Now let's check out my number 4 for the top 5 favorite plays in the Cyhawk series.
Players really moving. Ball is on the ground. A fumble, and a scoop, and a score. Another turnover. Jack Campbell is in the...
Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the Iowa Hawkeyes content. We are super hyped to continue to make daily videos for the rest of the week. I'm joined here by some of my friends to say go Hawks. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Go Hawks!